2 years ago, 45 of my closest friends and family flew all the way across the ocean from Alberta and British Columbia to the middle of Wales to see me get married. Why on earth would I choose Wales, right? Well, it's because there's beaches, there's the sea, there's castles, there's sheep, there's stone walls, there's steam trains, there's everything really I could ever imagine in a wedding. After deciding to get married, it was both easy and hard. The easy part was that I kind of knew what I wanted. I knew that I wanted laid back, relaxed, part of it be outside, that I wanted to see people for more than one day and 2 minutes on the day. I wanted a small gathering and I wanted to have fun and a party. So that's not your traditional wedding, right? What we ended up doing was we all gathered onto an old vintage narrow gauge steam train in mid Wales, went up the mountain, and we actually got married in the working train station at the top in Abergynolyn, which was incredible. Everybody was dressed up. We'd made kind of fascinators with the ladies the night before, which for Canadians, that's quite a big deal to wear one of those, and fancy hats and stuff. And it was incredible. And we rode back down the train. Eric and I went off on a bicycle built for two, took some pictures down the beach, and eventually all of us went back to the big house we were staying in for the week and had a picnic outside. It was perfect and exactly what suited me and Eric, our relationship, and the way that we kind of wanted to invite people in. But the scariest part was asking all of my friends and family to fork out the money and the time, many for the very first time, to travel all the way to the UK just to go to a tiny little village in the middle of Wales. It was super scary, but I can't tell you how excited I am that I did it. My main learning bits in my wedding, there's a few of them. So the first one is that in order to keep things small, if you make people fly across the ocean to get to you, then you're more likely to be able to achieve that. That sounds really harsh, but it did work for us. And as sad as I am that some of my key, most loved and cherished relatives and friends couldn't come along, I am so glad that we did it because it kept it to the size that we wanted it to be and kept the vibe and the kind of laid back fun culture the way that it was. Anything else wouldn't have been us, and it would have felt forced and not have been nearly as much fun. The next thing is that planning for a laid back, slightly different wedding, not getting a package from a hotel, involves a heck of a lot more planning than just buying a package from a hotel. So we did have to plan a lot. We made a lot of our own decorations, all those kind of things. But it was so worthwhile. And within that, what really, really, really helped is that I learned that people like being asked for help. So I didn't do everything before the event or even in the kind of close run up to the event. When people arrived a couple days beforehand to stay in the house for a week, I literally had like 5 flip charts full of tasks that people could look at, do, and tick off to say that they, to contribute to the event. And it was incredible because it was kind of my way of saying, I value you, you're incredible people, and it would be so useful if you would help me in this way. It's my way of saying thank you for coming, which sounds a bit silly, but people really reacted well to it. In the end, it felt like a real kind of community event that everybody was involved in creating, which is so different than most weddings, and I value that community element so very much. So thank you so much who did help on that day and the days running up to it as well. And my takeaway really is follow your heart and ask for help. I followed my heart. If I had done a wedding that was big and in a hotel, or, even had a dance at the end instead of a fire pit, which is what we ended up doing, then it just wouldn't have felt like me. And the thing is that if you do what you love, it's really hard for people to critique something when you are smiling ear to ear and clearly loving your day. And so just do it, and then ask people to get involved as much as you can. Take control of the bits that kind of keep it unconventional, but give them some things that they can do so that they feel valued and important as well. So what event do you have coming up? Perhaps you're getting married, perhaps you have a kind of community event coming up. Who could you ask to help you to make sure that that event becomes a whole community that's actually running it and not just you?